Hey everyone, it's Michael, GoosebumpsFan. I hope you're doing well today. It is beginning into December 2nd, as of this recording. Anyway, this is a book review for a book that I'm very, very disappointed in. This is from the original classic series. I don't know the number on it because this particular copy is a reprint. Of course, this is also an Indian copy that I got, so it's kind of a bootleg of one of the classic 62 books from Goosebumps from back in the 90s, Go Eat Worms. My wife got this copy for me for like 2 or 3 years ago, somewhere in that ballpark. I think it was right around the time I started collecting it. It was probably Christmas of 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. And Go Eat Worms is one that I've had some people ask me to review. Not really recommend, mind you. Just kind of ask me to review. And I finally got around to it. I just kind of picked this up off the shelf the other day. I just wanted something to read for Goosebumps. I've actually been able to carve out a lot of time before work to actually read for a few hours each day. So I've been trying to do that all this week. I've been burning through book after book for the horror genre. Not so much Goosebumps and things to review on this channel, but I did have a lot of things I wanted to talk about. Go Eat Worms was the one I happened to select in this free time I've had, and I feel very, very depressed about that, because it's a piece of crap. It's one of the most dull and plotless Goosebumps books I've ever read in my life. Seriously, it is. Essentially, we focus on a kid named Todd in this book who loves worms. Yeah. That's it. He loves worms. And he pranks people in his family with worms. But it's, at the same time, oddly enough, as the book progresses, he kind of presents himself as being afraid of worms. Like if he puts his hand in his pocket and it surprises him that something's wiggling around in there, his infatuation with worms and his worm tank in his basement for his projects and whatever, why that would freak him out, I don't understand. He's a very unresolved character. He's a very unformed character. And he has a best friend who also helps him out with pranks and stuff. His favorite place to dig up worms are out on the baseball field at the school. And the local weather makes it very possible to dig up worms all the time. I'm not kidding. It doesn't sound like there's a plot here, right? And there's not. Most of this book is either somebody is pranking him with worms, and he doesn't know who, or if the worms are coming to life and somehow finding their way into different parts of his life, like in his backpack or in his lunch or whatever, and he's trying to figure out that part. It is so dull. Now, mind you, it's a Goosebumps book. So this is the thing. This is my whole issue with bad Goosebumps books. It's not really an issue, but it's my issue with bad Goosebumps books. R.L. Stine is entirely capable of making a fantastic book. I love his work. He's one of my favorite writers, if not my very favorite writer of all time. I love his writing style. It's got a very, I don't want to say uplifting. It's not like a Hallmark movie, but it's kind of playful in the way it's written, and I really like that. And Stine can tell a story like this and keep you, I don't want to say engaged, but I want to say interested, just because the way he writes certain situations. But it's not like a clever book. Kids will like this book, more than likely. There's one particular scene in there that I actually thought was genuinely scary, involving like an abandoned house. And that was pretty cool. There's mostly stuff dealing with a science fair and another kid named Patrick who's a rich kid that Todd thinks is now, this kid's getting into worms. He's digging up worms from his spot on that baseball field. And he's jealous of that guy and wants to know what he's going to do with the worms, and that's there, but it's not really a plot. It comes in so late in the book. The book is 120 pages. That's like 50 pages into the book when that starts getting introduced to the storyline. A lot of this is the main character, Todd, arguing with his sister, Regina, about worms and messing with her and pranking her and stuff, and her enormous bird project that she calls, it's a giant bird, mind you, it's a robin, that she calls Christopher Robin. Yeah. We got a Winnie the Pooh reference in a worm book. You can imagine my excitement with this book. Like I said, Stine can write a book like this because of his writing style. It's boring, though. It's a boring book, and the finale of this book, the last couple of chapters, are so absolutely awful that I don't even have words for them. It is one of the worst endings to a Goosebumps book I've ever read in my life. And I mean that. I love Goosebumps. I celebrate Goosebumps. I have a channel entirely dedicated to Goosebumps and things like it. I love R.L. Stine, one of my favorite writers of all time, like I said, but this is one of the most insultingly bad books I think I've read from anyone, ever. I don't know what Scholastic was thinking. This is very clearly a filler book, if I've ever seen one from Goosebumps. It's probably possibly like the top 5 or 8 worst books from Goosebumps classic era. Maybe even the top 10 from Goosebumps of all time. It is a terrible book. I don't know what happened here. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but I don't have much more to say about it. I really don't want to talk about it much more. It has a cool cover with this worms eating through a notebook thing. That's pretty cool. It's not done in the book, but it's cool. I hope the episode is better than this. I haven't seen the episode ever before. I plan on watching that and reviewing that, just like I need to catch up and review Cry of the Cat. I almost said Cry of the Crap. I need to review Cry of the Cat, the episode adaptation of that book that I recently read, and I need to watch this one as well. So hopefully this weekend I can squeeze that in and watch both of those and talk about them in a video. But I gotta tell you, I'm not super stoked on that episode, but a lot of the time the episodes can take a bad book like this and in 20 minutes do something decent with it, especially with somebody like Ron Oliver or anybody like that involved with there. William Fruit, or Fruet, however you say his name. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Go Eat Worms? Do you hate this book as much as I do? Again, I didn't hate it while I read it. I was hoping that it was going to go somewhere. And today I read like the last 20 pages of it before I really got going for the day. And I was just kind of like, you know, this is a piece of trash. This is a piece of crap, man. My poor wife picked this one up. She has a fear of worms. I would love to see her read this and do like a video with me on the channel at some point. Maybe I'll recommend this one to her, because it's not really a gross out book. It's got some gross moments in there, but nothing too severe. There's one that really gets me that's right out of Haunted Mask, you know? But other than that, what are your thoughts on Go Eat Worms? If I had to rate the book on a 5-star basis, again, I was intrigued, but not like engaged. And the book's plotless. It has a couple of cool moments. Like I said, the abandoned house part of the story that was like a couple of chapters long, that was fantastic. I really dug that until it was explained in the next chapter and it was ruined. I would give the book a 2 out of 5 stars for me. It's a piece of crap. I don't recommend this one at all. If you're a collector and a completionist like Goosebumps Completionist, pick it up. I want to see more people review this. I think Grayson the Goosebumps Kid and Mike, who have reviewed this book before on their channels. I need to go check that out here soon. Maybe today while I'm at work I'll listen to it if I get a chance. But I really want to catch up and see who else has reviewed this in the community right now, because this is a piece of junk, man. I have never in my life been so on the verge of rolling my eyes so much they almost fell out of my head because of how bad the ending is. The ending is genuinely awful. Like, it feels like somebody wrote this in like 2 seconds to try to just wrap it up, get it over with. And I don't blame Stein if he got put in a corner and had to finish this up quick too, because I wouldn't want to write this book either. Anyway, thank you for watching. God bless you guys. Merry Christmas and goodbye.